Salve, my legions. Welcome back, my loyal Roman citizens. This is your general, summoning you to battle once again. Let's get back into our Total War Rome 2 series as the Romans. Hope you guys are excited. Hope your gladiuses or gladii are sharpened and your armor is polished, because I want my soldiers looking good on the battlefield while they're slaughtering barbarians. So hope you guys are ready. Let's get back into this. Let's have some fun and let's conquer the world as the Romans. I'm so excited. Here we go. Alright everybody, so here we are back. Look at her. It's the Eternal City herself. We have to make her proud this episode. Let's keep growing. So to start off here, just a couple of things to note. We recently took over Africa, and the public order isn't in a place that I really like right now. It's pretty low. It's going up, but that's only because I have all of these armies garrisoned. I have 2 garrisoned armies and then a garrisoned navy. So they're kind of lifting up the public opinion artificially here. So I want to do something about the public order here in Africa. Before we start declaring wars, I want to make sure my realm is nice and consolidated, because if I'm not worrying about public order, I can focus all of my attention on conquest. So there's something that I can do about this, and I can actually utilize one of my mods, which is really nice. One of the reasons why the public opinion here in Carthage is so bad, not only is it because we just recently conquered it, so there's provincial instability, and that goes down by 1 for 12 turns, so because it's minus 12, and it's going to take 12 turns for that to go down. And then there's also the cultural differences as well. We haven't Romanized Carthage yet. But another one of the big problems is slaves. Look, minus 9 public opinion. The slave population here is 24%. That is the highest of all of my provinces. Magna Graecia is 14. Corsica and Sardinia is 10. And Italy is 16. Now, what's really nice about the consolidated provinces, I can afford to have a higher slave population there because the public order isn't being brought down by instability or anything. So in provinces that are under control, essentially, I can afford to have higher slave populations, but in places where the stability sucks, slaves only they only bring me down. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize our sell slaves edict, plus 1,000% wealth generated by slaves. It's supposed to simulate us selling our slaves. This will reduce the slave population. So it'll go down from whatever it is now, 24%, I believe we said it is. 24. So let's see what the population goes down to. Let's get it to a more manageable level. And that will really help our public order. So we're going to sell some slaves, and it's going to make us money too, because it's simulating us selling the slaves. So we're going to get a whole bunch of money from that. We're not going to benefit from it this turn. We'll start getting benefits in the next turns. We're going to hire some agents. I have 2 more agents that I can hire. That champion, and I can also hire a dignitary. I'll do that in a second. Now, I'm going to start preparing and getting my forces in position for when we fight this power here. I'm not going to try to butcher the pronunciation because I just can't pronounce this to save my life. But when we fight them, I want to be in a good position. We're going to put 3 legions in Africa. And that should be enough. We're going to be jumping on 2 provinces simultaneously. Fazania, we'll use an army to get a piece of this, or we'll see what we can do here. And then we're going to have another army start attacking into Mauritania. Now remember, we're going to be fighting the Gaetuli as well, because they're the allies of these people here. So we're going to be fighting a few people. Or 2 people, them and their allies. So I want to have enough armies in Africa to be able to manage it. We'll see how we do. I also intend on raising another legion in Italy. But I don't want to do that right now. I want to spend money on other things. Let's get some things built. Building a stadium in Africa to help the public order. 2 more turns and we can upgrade Rome. We're not going to waste this building slot on these two small settlements. We're going to wait until we can build something in Rome. So that's 2 turns away. Let's see how we're doing with our technology. We're 1 turn away from finishing this. Philosophers. Cultural conversion is good. And we're going to finish this tier 1 philosophy group. And this will reduce the corruption in all of our provinces, which is great. As your realm grows, the corruption problem grows as well. And that's one way to kind of counteract it.
What do you wish of me?
I'm going to put this champion in this army. I think champions do their job best when they're in their army. They really buff them up. And while we're taking advantage of this peacetime as well, I want to start phasing out my Hestati. I want to start phasing them out. And I want to start hiring Principes or Principes.
We hunger for battle.
I'm changing my mind. I'm hiring this legion now. At least we're going to get the general hired. I'm going to hire my brother. I'm finally going to put my brother on the battlefield. And we'll get another legion built. Just another one in Italy to make sure nobody nobody up here does any funny business and tries to invade me. So I think that's going to do it for everything. I have some spies that have got on the move. We haven't looked at the political situation yet. Let's see. Let's organize some games. That'll help the public order as well. 2 birds with 1 stone will improve the loyalty of the Julia and will increase the public order in Africa. I barely had enough money to do it, but we did it. Let's end it. Next turn, please. The Spartans are rowing their butts off. I don't know where they're going in a hurry. Actually, if you notice, Sparta's kind of going up into Illyria. They're starting to go up the eastern coast of the Adriatic Sea. So we might end up bordering Sparta soon. Got our research done. After Rome threw off the rule of the Etruscan kings in 510 BC, much later in our... or no, I guess it's not. I was going to say, we didn't destroy the Etruscans until not that long ago. After Rome threw off the rule of the Etruscan kings in 510 BC to found the Republic, politics was the domain of the aristocratic patrician order, who remained distinct from the main body of free Roman citizens, or the plebs, the peasants. It wasn't until the conflict of the orders resolved in 287 BC that the plebs earned political representation and, in many other matters, equal standing with the patricians. As an assertion of pride and identity, the ludi plebi, or plebeian games, were organized and hosted by the plebeian aediles, the Office of Public Maintenance, Order, and Festivals, held annually from November 13th to 17th at the Circus Flaminius. The festival involved a great feast to honor Jupiter Optimus Maximus, followed by days of theatrical performances, sporting competitions, and equestrian displays. Now, forgive me, I might have read that before. While I was halfway through that, I was like, wait a minute, haven't we got this before? I'll remember for the future. I won't read this again. But I was already halfway through it, so I figured I might as well finish it. But this is going to help with the public order, all provinces, for 4 turns. It's not a lot. It's not a crazy amount of time, but every bit helps. We're going to get some wealth from culture, too. Very nice. So now we're getting the economic effect from slaves here, which is great. The slave population is still 24%, but next turn it'll go down. We're only going to have this edict active for 1 turn. Let's put this champion in this army.
Ready for orders.
And then next turn, we'll get this army moving into Africa. We're gonna work on the tier 1 management technology now.
What do you wish?
We're gonna keep this spy moving. She's lucky. She's traveling the world at my request. At my expense as well. Interesting. They have 2 stacks right here.
Soldiering. It's a good life. Ready for orders.
Now we're going to slowly start phasing out the Hastati of this army. I know they have a lot of experience. They're all veterans, and I'm very proud of them. But I can't keep them forever. We need to eventually upgrade technologically to the next unit. So we're just going to roleplay it like we're not disbanding these men. We're just upgrading them, and they're trading their experience that they've gained for the new technology. So that's why they're going down in experience. They're just getting better tech.
Rome needs good fighters.
I don't remember how many people I can recruit in this province.
Ready for orders. Are you ready to serve Rome?
Buildings are okay for now. I do have a lot of buildings that I can upgrade, but it's not essential. Money is doing fine. We're making almost 9,000. That's not going to last. That'll end next turn. Let's check our diplomatic. So we are untrustworthy. We had to break a peace treaty with Libya in order to take Africa from them. They basically forced our hand, but now we're considered untrustworthy. So that kind of stinks. I doubt we'll be able to get a good trade agreement or anything. We'll stick with what we've got. We're doing okay. Let's end the turn. Or, you know, let's check politics. So far, so good. So we'll check what the slave population is like in Africa once we get our turn back. Intimidate opposition. Local bandits have offered their services to intimidate the opposition. How do you proceed? Not interested. Your diplomat has returned with a generous tribute, so I have a whole bunch of money. Thank you. I will put that to good use, I promise you that. My patrician leveled up. Let's get our 3rd Legion moving. I guess it is faster to go this way. Let's go this way. Look at that. The public order's going up by 28 now. Let's check the slave population. It was 24. Now it's 12. So it basically went down 50%. That's perfect. Since now slave population is only affecting the public order -5, whereas before it was -9. So that really helped us a little bit. Really great mod. Love that edict. I think it is so useful. Like if you ever find yourself that you've been taking a lot of slaves and slave populations are kind of getting ahead of you, you can use that mod to just kind of help you out a little bit. You know, reduce the slave population in a province if you need to. It's a really nice edict to use in a pinch. But now we're going to go back to Romanization. Let's make the Roman culture and the Latin culture the dominant culture in Africa. That will also help with public opinion. So things are looking really good in Africa. That's what I wanted. Do our best to consolidate Africa. And then we can start fighting again. Let's upgrade Rome. I'm going to build some industrial buildings. We're going to buy this building, Suburbia. Let's get some manufacturing going in Rome.
Commander. Rome needs
We have a whole bunch of money now, so let's splurge. So eventually we're not going to be able to keep up with all of this negative loyalty. Eventually there's going to be a breaking point. Like, I can't just keep... Like, the dam is leaking, and you can't just... I have only so many fingers to plug the leaks, but I'm doing my best to try to keep up with it. I want to get the conquest that I want to get out of the way first, and then we'll see if we can maybe provoke a house to revolt, and then we can fight an easy civil war. We'll see what the situation looks like, but... I really don't want to have to keep plugging all of these leaks constantly, but House Cornelia could use some help. We're going to secure their loyalty. They're lucky that I have so much money right now. So that should help a little bit. Another thing to point out is my leader still hasn't had a son. Come on. Apparently I'm a prolific husband. Plus 30 to chance of having children, but we've only had one kid. The game is lying to me. They just refuse to bang. Oh, there are other army left. I'm going to use this spy to constantly keep checking on these two settlements. I want to see what the armies that they have here are constantly doing. My army just leveled up, or somebody did. I think my champion went up in rank. Yeah. Or my champion. Did I say general? Is that a son? It's a son. It has to be a boy because it has my name in it. He's got Junius in his name. Spurius Junius Rullus. If that's a nephew, I'm gonna flip out. But it better be a son. Intimidate opposition. The bandits have offered their services to other parties, helping them increase their influence, which in turn makes them happier. Plus 10 loyalty for 5 turns. That's very handy. It's kind of like putting a band-aid on the problem, but at least it helps a little bit. Alright, cool. Alright, good things are happening. Let's check if that was a sun. Please be a sun. Please be a sun. It's a sun! Finally, I have a little whippersnapper with my name, and we can make him a great Roman general. Finally, thank you, Mars. Thank you, Jupiter. Hail, Jupiter. I shall sacrifice a bull in your honor. So that makes me really happy. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? To honor Jupiter? I've been naming all my legions after gods. So we got the Saturn Legion, we got the Mars Legion, we got the Mercury Legion. In honor of Jupiter, in honor of us having a sun, we're gonna name this legion after him. The 4th Legion, Jupiter. If I could spell. Jupiter's the king of the gods, so let's give it a crown. The symbol for this legion will be a crown. Nice. We can upgrade this theater.
A shadow among
2 stacks. Alright. Happy that I'm bringing this other legion here. I'm gonna need them. We're gonna send this one eventually all the way here to capture this. So we've got a game plan. We're still beloved. We have 50% of the Senate.
Ever in service to Rome.
Trying to get through these a little bit quicker, because I want to get to some combat and some battles. Don't want to leave you guys hanging on battles, but you know, sometimes there are slow parts of the campaign where you're not really fighting anybody, and you know, I'm still getting a lot done. We're building things, we're making money, people are leveling up, we're upgrading our armies, so things are happening. We're completing our technologies. The home settlement of this previously destroyed faction has been liberated. They may reemerge as a faction. Carthage. Nova Carthage. The Lighthouse of Alexandria. Capture the region of Alexandria in the Egypt province. We will be there soon, don't you worry. Let's see what we're reading about. We're reading about the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Here it is. The Lighthouse of Alexandria, also called the Pharos of Alexandria, was a lighthouse 137 meters or 449 feet tall, built by the Ptolemaic kingdom between 280 and 247 BC. It was said ships could detect the light from the tower at night, or smoke from the fire during the day up to 100 miles away. Wow, that's kind of crazy. A large curved mirror, perhaps made of polished bronze, was used to project the fire's light into a beam. Roman coins struck by the Alexandrian mint show that a statue of a Triton was positioned on each of the building's 4 corners. A statue of Poseidon, or Zeus, stood atop the lighthouse. The pharaoh's masonry blocks were interlocked, sealed together using molten lead to withstand the pounding of the waves. Cool. We'll get to you, Alexandria, don't you worry. We will be there. Ooh, subject gains notoriety. The name of one of your subjects is on the lips of everyone. Whether this will prove beneficial remains to be seen. So we got something going on. So we got some drama. Some fool has been caught defacing the temple of Jupiter. What? Such matters must not be taken lightly. Jupiter just gave us a son, and we are in Jupiter's good graces. So how dare somebody deface his temple? We're gonna punish him ourselves. Or no, you know what? Let's let Jupiter decide his fate. Let's leave it to Jupiter. We will we will bow to Jupiter's will. And hopefully that sacrifice will will make Jupiter happy and bring us victory on the battlefield. Let's get our next technology one more and we get tier 1 management.
We hunger for battle. To the ships. We must rest. To your duties, men.
We're slowly going to start getting our legions in position. The public order I want to get a little bit better. But we're on the cusp of conquest, I promise.
Full command. Soldiering. It's a good life.
So another full stack legion, that makes 4. So we got 4 legions on the field. Which is really good. I think I'm going to build a library here in Karalise. It might not stay that way forever, but I think this plus 6% research rate will be nice to have. Just for now. I don't need to do anything else. The public order is great. I don't need to build an amphitheater. We're doing just fine with food. I don't need a delicatessen. There's not a lot of agriculture income being made here in Corsica and Sardinia, so I feel like it would be a waste to do a cattle trader. Plus 6% tariff from trade agreements. 80 wealth from local commerce. Plus 1 public order. I'm doing a library. That's my choice and I'm sticking with it. Now, one of the downsides to having my brother as a general, because now that he's on the field, he's not in Rome, increasing my influence. So I have to be careful about how much influence I spend, because I'm not going to be making a lot of it back. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on that. I was thinking about eventually retiring my dictator, because he's already a badass, and I feel like he deserves to go home and take a rest in Rome for a little bit. I don't know. Just want to check something very quick. My brother had a nephew. He was only 3 years old, so we're still a while off from him being able to perform like political jobs for me. He's not an adult yet. We have to wait a while. Alright, okay. Enough of me talking. Next turn. Let's see when we can start fighting this war, as it's coming upon us soon. We just haven't gotten our legions in position yet. Oh, look at that. Sparta's on the border. They're gonna probably attack Delminium.
Fleet reporting. Easy into port.
Swift and silent as a shadow.
I just want to see who I'm gonna fight this battle with. I think I want to go for this first. It's gonna be the easiest one to win. And I might do it with this legion here.
At once. Gathering supplies. Any man who drops out is left behind.
So we know where both of these armies are. I think I'm going to keep this army here for now, just temporarily. We'll see how things develop once I attack this settlement.
Commander,
You guys are going to come over here.
make haste, men.
Public order is no longer an issue. We're in the positive. It's still going up.
Ready for, making for port. Row, damn you, row!
We're going to build an amphora maker. Plus 5% wealth from agriculture, plus 10% wealth from all commerce.
At your command. Set up the watch. Your order, not into those waters.
Countered another faction. One of the factions on the Adriatic here finally got destroyed. Those people that were constantly sailing back and forth, they finally got destroyed. So proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Decimus Junius Brutus. You had a son. Someone to carry on your name. We're going to declare him our heir. It's going to cost me some gravitas. There's no rush. I don't have to do that now. Still have some money kicking around. Let's start phasing out more of the soldiers here in the Second Legion. Now, it does kind of suck that I'm getting rid of some units that are really high rank. They have really good experience. But this champion in the army will increase their experience over time anyway. I can only afford 2. Okay. I need to make sure my armies are in order. Like, things, like the army composition is the way I want it before this war gets declared. So maybe one more turn of peace and we'll be ready to declare war. Yeah, Sparta and whatever power this is, they're at war. So Sparta's coming.
It's merry.
Population surplus in Carthage.
Ready for battle. On the move.
What do you... On the road again.
On the road again.
At your command. Commander, are you ready to serve Rome?
So we'll be ready next turn. That's a nice, good army composition.
Ready for orders.
No, I'm eventually just going to be able to spam Principes and get rid of the Hastati altogether. But that will make... let's not burden our upkeep so much. I think our armies are good the way they are. Let's send him to that new. Let's send her to that new Carthage faction that was just created. Let's see how we can get along with them. See if we can make things happen with them. We're considered trustworthy. We're no longer considered untrustworthy. I would really like to get a trade agreement with the Seleucids, or the Seleucids, however you want to pronounce it.
Enter, friend, and speak.
And I don't think they're gonna let me.
Have much to discuss.
That kind of stinks. Not really any valuable trade agreements that I can try out.
At your command. Advance.
This army doesn't scare me at all. A bunch of slave infantry? We should be able to wipe the floor with them. We have no problem dealing with slaves. It'll be like swatting a fly. So I think the next turn we're going to declare war, finally. Get some battles in here. This should be a good battle, at least a fun one. I don't think it's going to be a particularly hard one, but it should be fun. It'll be big. Whoops.
At your service.
Keep traveling.
I serve only Rome. How may I serve you? Treading softly.
Things look good. We get our next technology next turn. See, look, now Sparta owns Iader. Your diplomat has returned accompanied by a famous bard. Alright, cool. Management 1.
My wits and words are yours.
What shall we do next? Now, I'm sure there are a bunch of you, especially people who play this game a lot, who would probably recommend, hey, just go down the tactics line and get to strategic maneuvers, or whatever the one, cohort organization, whatever that one is. This one. Just crash for cohort organization, and then you can just get the really good units. And while that is true, I guess for role-playing purposes, I don't want to just get to the most powerful units. I want to feel like I'm progressing there. You know what I mean? So I'm sure there are people who would do that. And hey, fair game. Go ahead. If that's what floats your boat, if you want to do that, I say do it. I'm not going to stop you. But I just don't think I'm going to. We didn't finish this. I thought we did. I'm not paying attention. Let's get Philosophy 1 now. Thought I got this already. definitely upgrading that library.
Ready for battle. We hunger for battle.
What do you wish of me? Moving unseen. Swift and silent. A shadow among shadows.
I will be a patient. The bond.
Gonna cancel that trade agreement before we make the war declaration. But here goes nothing. Let's see what the game says the odds are gonna be like. Attacking foreign assets is an active war. Yeah, no crap. We'll formally declare war on them.
For your speech. Be sure that you bring a prophet.
Ready for laying siege to the settlement.
It says the odds are really good for an auto-resolve, but we're not auto-resolving. Of course we're not. We're fighting this on the field. At least it's going to be a big battle. You know, there's a lot of units. I think I'm going to attack from 3 angles. Have a division go up here, have a division go up here, and then obviously have a nice chunky sized division for this little opening here. Nice and chunky.
Astati, Commander!
There's a method to my madness, don't worry.
Principes!
Now, it kind of sucks. My general isn't on horseback.
Spear infantry ready!
Equites!
So I'm going to have to be very... And I have to keep a good attention on where he is at all times. This isn't our ruler, but we'll listen to the speech. Let's see what he has to say here.
General! No matter who we meet in battle,
He's
we
right
will
here.
triumph, for we honor the gods. Even if every foe had the strength of 1,000 men, it would mean nothing. Remember that, and make ready.
Hey.
Triani! By your command!
Melee
Your
infantry
orders.
at your command.
Yes, Commander!
Ready. Orders understood.
Now, they're on an elevated position, which is why we can't see them yet.
Forward.
Swift riders at your command!
Sons of Mars. Velites.
At the double!
Principes.
In service to... Advance and speed! Melee infantry ready!
Cohorts
Ready.
priority.
And the double!
Ready and waiting. Double time! Ready for orders! Romans ready for duty!
Ready and waiting. For Rome.
Velites!
Etiam! Missiles awaiting targets. For the gods. We await your command.
Principes! Sons of Mars! Happy to serve
Barely
Rome!
fit. I can barely fit one cohort or regiment, or however you want to say it.
Velites! In the
See how
name of
this
Rome.
works out.
Astati!
Your orders? In
Ready.
service to Rome!
Quick march!
Jupiter gives us strength! In service to Rome! Astati!
Okay, I guess they're charging their missile cav into my units.
Double time! Missiles awaiting targets!
Jupiter gives us strength. Advance!
Double time! Ready! Advance at speed! Double time! Brave Romans to a man! For Rome! Orders! Happy to serve
Orders.
Rome!
At speed! Orders!
I want to put these cav to good use, but I don't have a lot of places to really do it.
Melee infantry ready!
Velites! Astati!
Sons of Mars!
General! At the double! Melee infantry ready! Charge ready! Equites! Principes!
Velites!
Attack ready and waiting! At speed!
Ready for orders!
Principes!
Astati!
Your orders? Tribunus!
Astati! In service to Rome!
Missiles ready and waiting!
We'll start tightening the noose. Oh wow, there's a big cluster.
Principes!
Melee cavalry ready!
Sons of Mars!
I have an idea.
Velites ready!
These men just need to hold the line. These Principes need to hold the line. I'm coming to help.
Quickly now!
Jupiter gives
Oh,
us
here comes the
strength.
charge. Things are happening.
Equites! Forwards! Riders at the
Make sure we hit their rear as hard as possible. Hammer and anvil.
Melee cavalry!
Astati! Proud Romans all!
Move up.
At the double! Quick march! Ready and waiting! Double time! Ready and waiting! In service to Rome!
Melee infantry
Move up.
at your command!
Quick march!
Move up.
Astati! Double time! Melee infantry!
Romans ready for duty!
Principes! At the double!
I could probably be doing this a lot better. Forgive me. We're doing okay.
Velites! Advance at speed! Forward! Columbinas advance! Melee troops!
Equites!
Riders at the double!
Where'd my other Equites? I didn't have another unit. Yeah,
By your command!
let's get him over here.
On my order! Withdraw! Sons of Mars!
Attack, boys.
Velites! Melee cavalry ready! Run forward!
Alright, these Principes are probably going to get wiped out.
Equites!
Engage!
Melee horsemen! Astarte! Advance!
Melee infantry at your command!
Principes!
Double time! Advance at Jupiter gives us strength!
Velites!
Quick march!
Army!
Orders! Melee troops awaiting orders!
Charge! Principes!
For glory! Come on, speed! And charge!
Ready and waiting!
Wow, these Principes were almost destroyed and they held the line. Good for them.
Brave Romans to a man! Astarte! Engage!
Velites! Astarte!
Your orders! Velites! Charge!
Okay.
Jupiter gives us strength!
Let's see if we can kill the general.
Ready and waiting! Understood! Brave Romans to a man!
Velites! Riders at the double!
The enemy general's dead. Alright, so I'll be honest, if I had just auto-resolved it, I probably would have taken fewer casualties, but hey, you know, like we won, it's probably still a decisive victory. No, not quit the game, quit the battle. Yeah, see? Decisive victory, not bad. 700 kills as opposed to 2016, or it's 700 losses as opposed to 2,600 kills. I like that. One unit of Principes got almost 400 kills just themselves. My Velites did really well. So overall, great battle, guys. I thought it went well. So there we go, solid conquest. And it was, you know, it was a fun battle. It was pretty easy. Not bad at all. Bunch of my units leveled up. We're just gonna occupy it.
Ready for battle!
I'm not gonna take any slaves or loot it or anything. And I think that's actually gonna be where we wrap this one up. We got one conquest. Not a lot, but at least it's something. We spent a lot of time getting our armies at where they wanted to be, or where I needed them to be. The public order is amazing now in Africa. Things look great. So we're going to end it with a battle. Hope you guys appreciated that, and, you know, I hope you guys had fun with it. So we got one more conquest. We're finally at war with another power, and we're going to start growing our realm here in Africa. We're going to start moving west and south. We've got one more piece of Phazania that we need to take, this big city, and I just don't want to have to resort to a siege battle. I would rather not fight a siege battle, but I do have 2 legions in the area, so maybe 2 legions will be able to do it pretty easily. and we'll get this army moving.
Besieging the settlement.
So at least we have a battle waiting for us at the beginning of the next one, because we will immediately conquer this. And we will get this wood resource, which is perfect. We're doing okay on money, even though we raised an entire new legion. We're still doing really well with money. Politics is under control. There's no risk of a civil war. We had a son. That's another great thing that happened. So overall, really great episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. That's going to be the end of this one. If you did enjoy it, let me zoom out. Let's look at our new empire. Wow, we're getting big. But, oh, and look, Sparta has gone up into Illyria. They completely control Illyria. So we might have to fight Sparta soon. So that's something to look forward to. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down at the bottom of the video. I would really appreciate that. Shows me that you guys are enjoying yourselves, and it really helps my my series in the algorithm. So hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Always like to interact with you guys. Just leave your comments, what your thoughts are, any of that stuff. If you just want to ask me something, feel free to do so in the comments. And as always, if you would like to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Become a member, become a subscriber of the channel. Join us for future episodes, and I will see you guys next time. Next episode, episode 7. I will see you guys soon, but until then, have a good one, guys.